You're listening to a Weeby Geeks Network podcast.
The Dining at Disney podcast. The Dining at Disney podcast. Your ultimate source about the wonderful world of dining at the Disneyland and Walt Disney World resorts.
If you are what you eat, then I only want to eat the good stuff.
Kristen Hetzel-Go and Jay Bratton are your guides on this culinary adventure.
We'll prepare and serve with flair a culinary cabaret.
Join them as they discuss the latest food news, expert tips, recommendations, and trip planning advice related to Disney food and dining. From quick service to fine dining, you will discover all the best restaurants and food as they hungrily explore the Disney parks.
It brings folks together from all walks of life.
The Dining at Disney podcast. And now, your host, Kristen Hetzel-Go and Jay Bratton.
Welcome to another episode of the Dining at Disney podcast, your ultimate source for a delicious discussion about dining at Disneyland and Disney World. I'm Kristen. With me is Jay. How have things been going? It's been a while since we've done this together.
Yeah, I know. Well, just it's been doing fine. I've been doing fine. Thanks.
Well, today we've got a few things to discuss, some Thanksgiving news, some other Disneyland, Disney World food news. But our big thing today is, Thanksgiving's coming up. We've got Black Friday. Everybody's now starting to think about gift giving. So we have your guide for some of the best gifts to give a Disney foodie. But before we get into that, we want to thank you for downloading the show on iTunes, streaming on Stitcher, as well as watching our webcast on YouTube. Be sure to like and subscribe and tell your friends about it. The more the merrier, we like to say. But before we get into that, we do want to say that one way you can support us is by shopping our affiliate links. You'll see on there Magic Food Tour. You will see the Disney Store, Garden Grocers, Jelly Belly, as well as our books. And of course, Jay has a special code for you guys that if you click on Magical Food Tour, you enter, what is the code again, Jay?
It's Dining at Disney 20.
Dining at Disney 20. So that saves you 20% off. So
exactly. That's
how you can help us out and show your appreciation for all that food news we put together for you. So on to appetizers. What Disneyland news do you have today, Jay?
Well, there's a list of holiday treats that's coming to Disneyland Resort, and I'm totally excited about it. This is the time of year, like October's my favorite month, just hands down, and this is, and part of the reason is because they make these announcements about all the great food that's going to be available. And then, into November, they announced what's going to happen for the holidays. So, you had your great, Halloween special food, and now you're going to have the great holiday food selections available at all around Disneyland Resort. So it looks like fun. Have you gone through the list?
I have not, because it's been so crazy because I went out of town to cover a whole bunch of things, Food and Wine Festival. And then I did Food and Wine weekends over at Waldorf Astoria. And I did the Swan and Dolphin Food and Wine Classic. And then I checked out, of course, Jock Lindsay's because that's new. Morimoto Asia, again, that's new. So checking out all those things. And I still haven't finished writing the reviews. So it's going to take me to the end of the year to get, I think, really caught up with everything. But I haven't had a chance to look at that yet.
Yeah, well, to be honest, not much has really changed. So as far as, things that if you've had it in the past, it looks like they are pretty much bringing back the majority of what they had before. There are a few notable exceptions. Before, they didn't have the banana fritters with a creme anglaise at the Royal Street Veranda. That's something that is new this year. And the eggnog latte also at the Royal Street Veranda. And then at Stage Door Cafe, they're going to have a holiday funnel cake, which is basically the funnel cake topped with the chocolate sauce and crushed candy cane pieces.
Oh, that sounds yummy.
Yeah, they've had they're going to have the peppermint ice cream again at in Gibson Girl Ice Cream Parlor, which is great. I mean, I love that. And then, with the special cone that has the little peppermint pieces on there as well. But that's something that they've had in the past. And but this funnel cake though is something that kind of opened my eyes. I was like, oh, interesting. That looks like something I might have to try. So yeah, and then just there's going to be the various candy cane shaped breads at Disney at DCA. They're also going to have now they're going to have a poinsettia drink over at the Carthay Circle Restaurant and Lounge, and that looks pretty cool. And then the other thing that they also announced, and this was actually in a separate topic that I put down on the news items, but I might as well mention it now. But they are bringing back the Viva Navidad food at DCA at the Paradise Pier.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, at the Paradise Garden Grill, I should say. I mean, it is Paradise Pier, but it's Paradise Garden Grill specifically, that restaurant. And they're going to have the pozole again, which I enjoyed. I really like that. I think that it lacked just sort of like a deeper flavor than the standard pozole you get, homemade. But for what it is, I think it's a really good item, and it definitely on a cold day it'll warm your tummy. And then they're also going to have a ceviche plate, which I thought was pretty cool. They in the past they had something. It was trying to think. I'll have to look back at my review, but it was I don't remember them having the ceviche before. And then they're going to have a torta al pastor, which is basically marinated pork. And this thing looks really good. It's kind of like the tacos that they had last year, but they're putting it into a sandwich form, which that's what a torta is. And then also they're going to do sopes de barbacoa, which is I guess the best way to describe it is like a round, like, have you had sopes before?
Yeah, I have.
Okay, so it's kind of like a corn, not a corn fritter, but it's like that. It's thicker than a tortilla, and it's a little sweeter and mushier. But and then they put the ingredients on top of that, and it's about half the size of a standard taco size tortilla. So, anyways, it's really good. I like that, and I haven't had this version, this year's version, but it looks pretty good as well. And they're also going to do a chicken mole. I had the mole in the past. I wasn't really a big fan of that, but who knows? Maybe they modified the recipe and stuff like that. I'm always open to trying it out again. And also, this is a new addition as well. This year, they're going to have a special pizza over at Boardwalk Pizza and Pasta. This one is a chorizo pizza, and it has a mild tomato sauce, mozzarella, cotija cheese, a spicy chorizo, pico de gallo, and a tomatillo cilantro crema drizzle. So
that sounds good.
Oh yeah, definitely. That's something I definitely would. Man, it's just so. Man, I gotta make a trip like every week so I can try everything.
See, that's not an option for me.
Yeah, I know. It is for me, and that's bad because I only have so much money. But
I need to be closer. But see, because I go, only about 6 times a year, well, then I spend a lot of money when I go.
Right.
And I wish I could just kind of spread it out a little bit better, but 10.5 hours away is just a little much for driving more than I already do.
Right. That's true. Also, in downtown Disney, they had opened up a temporary Ghirardelli store. It's like a pop-up store. So basically, I went in there just the other day, actually, because I was there Thursday, and it kind of reminded me, I'm trying to think, it's as far as the size of it, it's about maybe 1/4 the size of the Ghirardelli place in DCA, the Ghirardelli shop. And then of course they don't sell like the ice cream or the ice cream cones or anything like that. They do have a lot more gift boxes there though. And
so is it more of like a merch location then?
Yeah, it's just merchandise basically. Yeah.
Okay. So
it just, if you want to do like a quick pickup of some holiday gifts or something like that, then I think that's what it's there for. there's nothing that really stands out about it. I mean, they did, for a temporary store, it looks nice. It's just, but it is what it is. I mean, you can get Ghirardelli chocolate pretty much, at DCA, or if you're in other locations. I mean, There's nothing special or unique about the place is what I'm trying to say as far as, Ghirardelli. But anyhow, they also, and in other news that came about, they also have the new Season of the Force menu, and they transformed Tomorrowland Terrace into Galactic Grill. And this thing, it's pretty amazing what they did. It's not only the new food, but it's also the new food merchandise. So on the as far as the food's concerned, they have a burger. If you haven't taken a look at the story or whatever, we'll provide a link to the show notes, by the way. So if you want to check out the Season of the Force special food menu items at Disneyland, you can go to the diningatdisney.com website. And then also I'll go ahead and put it in our little blab chat here so people can take a look at it at home. Anyways, they're kind of like dividing it into two parts. There's the light side, and then there's the dark side. Okay. So the light side, well, let me start with the dark side, because this burger I'm really excited about. And so I want to talk about it to start with here. And it's called the First Order Specialty Burger. Now, I don't know if you remember, like a while back, there's like this big old sensation in Japan about the black hamburger buns. Do you remember reading about that? Yeah. Well,
yeah.
Then Burger King brought them here to the United States, and then now Disneyland has them, and they put it on this specialty
so weird.
Burger. It is, but it looks cool at the same time. I just think it's the craziest, like just the craziest thing, Right. So, but it really fits with the whole theme as well. And then that's I'm glad that they went above and beyond to make sure that this item happened, because I think that maybe some people may be turned off by it. I don't know. Who knows? Because I know, like you and I, we're we adventure into the culinary world, and go without inhibition, whereas a lot of people are a little bit sort of reserved, a little more skeptical, and kind of like to stick with the same old. And I'm hoping that they are willing to be daring on this particular
and
burger.
Give it a try.
Yeah, exactly. Especially if for the people who like spicy food. This thing, it's going to be it's a blend of chorizo and hamburger, and ground beef, I should say, not hamburger, because that's what it is, but ground beef and chorizo, which I thought was really cool. I mean, that's a very unique concept. They also, it's sort of a side note, and there's another burger place in Anaheim Hills. It's called Slater's 50/50. Have you heard of it?
I have not.
Okay. Their claim to fame basically is that they have a burger that's made with 50% ground beef and 50% ground bacon. And so it's the patty's a blend of both of those. So, and then they stack like strips of bacon on top of that, and then they serve it with like a bacon milkshake. So it's like,
so it's super healthy.
Paradise. Yeah, exactly. It's a bacon lover's paradise. And yeah. So anyways, back to the First Order Specialty Burger. Besides the ground beef and chorizo patty, there's also the fried cherry peppers that are on top. And then let's see what else. Fried cherry peppers, and then the buns are actually slathered with a spicy lime aioli, which sounds absolutely fantastic.
I could go for that. Now, I will say, I did see on Instagram some pictures that people have been posting of the different like the glow cubes and some of the containers and stuff.
Right.
I'm telling you, I really hope they bring that stuff to Disney World, because.
Well, I thought they had that before with the Star Wars weekends or something like that.
They do, but they're not going to be doing the Star Wars weekends anymore.
Right. I know. And I remember something similar to that, because I think it was the Millennium Falcon, if I remember right, that I saw in a post for Disney World at the Star Wars weekends. I don't know.
But I'm hoping that means these things are going to be coming in some sort of way, you know?
True. Well, and then the other thing too that I know that I saw at Disney World previously was those Han Solo frozen in carbonate popcorn buckets, and they're using them to not only serve popcorn. Well, actually, they don't even use it to serve popcorn in this instance. They're actually using them to serve the burger, that first order specialty burger. Now, I'm just wondering, like, if because it's not listed on the Galactic Grill menu. That they're going to offer this Han Solo bucket with other food, but I can imagine that they'd be okay with like just tacking on an extra $8 to serve it with the chicken sandwich that I'm going to talk about in a second here.
I don't see why they wouldn't do that. It would be silly if somebody wants a chicken sandwich, that if Disney can make an extra $8 off of them, that they wouldn't go, okay, we'll do that.
Exactly. So the burger costs $11.49, so it's not cheap. And then if you want the Han Solo carbonite bucket, that's going to run you an extra $8. So I guess a burger and a bucket will cost you about $20. So
I see you got a cool souvenir though out of it.
That's true. That is very true. And $11.49 really isn't unreasonable for a gourmet burger. You go to some of the other places, and it's similar pricing. So I'm okay with it. And in fact, I think actually $11.49 is a pretty good deal because you go to like a Dave and Buster's or something like that. I think the burgers are about the same price. So anyhow, then if you want to kind of stay safe and go with the light side, they do have a chicken sandwich, and it's called the Jedi Order grilled chicken sandwich. And this is actually something really cool, in my opinion, because of the fact that they're not just saying, oh, this is a chicken sandwich and we're calling it the Jedi Order, grilled chicken sandwich or whatever. They're actually putting on some really, really nice ingredients. I mean, I would say like gourmet ingredients. They have fried green beans. They have pickled red onion, watercress, and a wasabi mayo. So that's not like your typical chicken sandwich that you get at the theme parks, And I thought that was really cool that they're offering that. And also now this is one that I do kind of have a little bit of an issue with, is the cheese 3PO burger. It's a clever name, but unfortunately it's just a cheeseburger. Really, I mean, I looked at the ingredients, and it's just a cheeseburger with lettuce and tomato, and then you put on the fixings on the side and stuff like that. And then also they have something called the chopper salad, which is essentially like a chicken salad. But they renamed it this chopper thing. I'm not sure the significance of that. I'm not really into the Star Wars canon so much, but I'm sure the Star Wars people can send me hate mail or whatever, but sorry. But anyways, the chopper salad has a grilled chicken, feta cheese, and roasted pepper ranch dressing. So I like those ingredients. Very simple, very healthy, very light. And it definitely would be something that I would order. But I think that they had something similar to that before, and I think they just renamed it to this chopper salad. But regardless, I mean, at least it's an option that's available. And then they also have the vegetarian sandwich, and it's called the Wicket's Wicked Veggie Sandwich. That's like the Peter Piper picked a whatever. Pickled peppers, something like that. Yeah, Wicket's Wicked Veggie Sandwich. Oh man, it's a tongue twister there. But
you're gonna be practicing that now, so you can get it like that, right?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Well, I think we're tonight on the Diz Geek podcast. We're going to be recording a show, and Daniel wanted to cover the menu, so I'm going to try to get my tongue all untied before we record that, so I pronounce it correctly the first time.
That's funny.
But anyhow, so the veggie sandwich, I'm just going to call it veggie sandwich, is a portobello mushroom and vegetable patty. And well, actually, now here's the thing. It says a portobello mushroom and vegetable combination. So I'm not sure if they combined the portobello mushroom and veggies into like just one consistence, like a patty, and formed it into a patty, or it's a portobello mushroom cap with veggies on top of that. I haven't seen any pictures of it, so I'm not sure what they did, but it would be interesting. I'm not against, like these veggie patties and stuff, like Boca Burger, or what's the other one? The Garden Grill or something like that. I think, or
I cannot eat them. I've tried.
They're okay. I mean, sometimes I don't really like beef so much, but once in a while I want the flavor of beef, just kind of essence, but a healthier version. I mean, even when you get like the 80-20 hamburger, it's still pretty high fat content. And, I try to be healthier, whereas the Boca burgers or whatever are very low fat. And it just gives me, actually, to be honest, it reminds me of the hamburgers I had when I was a kid in elementary school.
Oh, yeah, those things are disgusting.
Yeah, well, that's brings back childhood memories. So sometimes, sometimes it's like that.
There's certain things. If I want a burger, I want like an actual meat, like a beef burger. But I'm picky about my burgers too, so right. I don't offer them or order them very often. Like I haven't had a McDonald's burger in about 25 years.
Wow.
So.
Oh man.
Is that all your food news?
Well, just a couple more things here because okay. I won't go into this too much. They do have a couple of specialty drinks. One's called the Dark Side. The other one's called the Light Side. You can read details about it on our website. And then they also have some desserts. One called the Pastry Menace. Did you see the picture of that one?
I did see the picture of that.
Yeah,
one.
That's so cool. I like it how they have little spikes. It looks like Darth Maul. It's very cleverly designed. And then they have another dessert called Darth by Chocolate, which it's basically a riff on that Death by Chocolate stuff, and that looks pretty cool. I mean, it's just enough to like really satiate your sweet tooth without overwhelming you with sugar. And then they also had a couple unique items for breakfast as well. Again, I won't go into it too deeply here, but they have a Darth tamale, which is kind of cool. It's a blue corn tamale with scrambled eggs and chorizo. Yeah, that looks pretty fun. And and then over at Red Rocket's Pizza Port, they have Fields of Naboo salad, which I won't go into. Forest of Indoor pasta, which again, these are some they're doing some like gourmet style offerings for the counter service establishments, which I applaud them for, because honestly, Red Rocket Pizza Port is not a place that I go to. I mean, just because there's nothing really appealing to me. Someone told me that the Asian chicken salad is good, but other than that, I don't like the carb load. I'm not into pasta, unless it's like really good homemade pasta, and pizza I'm kind of finicky about as well. And it's just the pizza, when I see it there, it's just kind of like, yeah, it to me, it appeals to the kids. I mean, it's just like a cheese pizza or a pepperoni pizza. I mean, nothing sort of gourmet. But
I've had a salad there and I've had the pizza, but when I had the pizza, they literally, it was taken out of the oven and they put it down. So it was like fresh pizza.
Oh,
so
yeah.
It was good. You can't.
Yeah, that's the way to have it.
Can't beat that.
Well, they are having, anyways, going back to the pasta. So this pasta is called Forest of Indoor, and it's a casarici pasta. Sorry, I'm not Italian. Anyways, it has a smoked cremini mushrooms, kale, broccolini, cannellini beans, sun-dried tomatoes, pine nuts, and it's tossed in a garlic oil with Romano cheese. And it's just like, wow. I mean, like for a counter service place, really? That's pretty amazing. And they're also getting a little more exotic with their flavors as well in this new offering called the Dark Side Chicken Curry Specialty Pizza.
I bet that's good.
Yeah, this looks amazing. I mean, it's chicken, roasted cauliflower, Gouda and mozzarella cheeses, pickled vegetables, and fried beans. I mean, that's just, that's very daring, for a counter service establishment that whose clientele primarily is kids, or adults, that have kids and want just a quick place to grab a bite. So I'm really happy that they're being daring here with their menu on this for the season of the force, and I hope that they keep some of these things around permanently. So, I mean, I'm a Disneyland traditionalist. Okay, I mean, I go up in arms whenever they remove an attraction or quote unquote enhance something or whatever. I kind of like Disneyland the way it was, and I wouldn't mind if it remained static. But when it comes to food, I'm glad that they're willing to make some changes and modify the things that aren't that great. And I also am not opposed to renaming Tomorrowland Terrace into Galactic Grill permanently. I mean, I think I would be, I think that it's a cool name. And I think that it sounds, there's already Riverbell Terrace. There's all the terrace restaurants around, Disneyland. So, just, something else can be a grill, So, and then, they do the last bit of news here and then I'll wrap it up, is that they have not only the new food menus, but also the food merchandise. So they got the little BB-8 droid zipper. They've got a Chewbacca popcorn bucket.
I saw that. That is so cool.
And then the Darth Vader, which I found the Darth Vader one is interesting that they didn't go with popcorn. They're doing it with cotton candy. So that's a little bit of a change from the past. I've never seen them use a food merchandise container to use for cotton candy. Have you?
I have not.
Yeah, so this is
not
this
that
is
I
an
ever recall seeing.
interesting new direction, and hopefully the next step will be the little churro holders that look like lightsabers, right? That was my idea a long time ago. I just hope they give me credit for it. So.
That would be a cool souvenir,
Yeah,
I like those kinds of things. You finally got me into starting to collect these popcorn buckets and stuff, because they all look cool and I never buy them. And so in this past trip, we were there when they kind of surprised everybody with doing Osborne Spectacle of Lights.
Uh-huh.
And I picked up the Mickey popcorn bucket. I was I can't resist. It's this is too cute. I can use it to decorate my house. And so I was like, okay, my first popcorn bucket.
That's awesome. Yeah, once you get going, there's actually a Facebook group dedicated to the popcorn buckets, collecting the popcorn buckets. You have to check it out because people they exchange popcorn buckets and they'll sell popcorn buckets or whatever, or you could even maybe find a personal shop or whatever if you can't make it to the parks. They've become very innovative with the way that they're doing these popcorn buckets, and I'm really happy because some of these things we everyone just went agog. I mean, everyone just went out of their mind when they brought the Mickey balloon popcorn buckets, right? The ones behind me here. People are going nuts. Oh my God, I have to have that one, and I have to have all three colors, which I do. That's me. But I looked at the thing on the Disneyland popcorn bucket or the Disney popcorn bucket Facebook group, and Tokyo Disneyland already had them, and they've had them years ago. They had them I think 2005 or something like that. You know what I mean? So we're behind the times. Japan is definitely on the cutting edge. Yeah. So anyways, but it's really cool. You should check it out. And the other things that you noted already is that they have the little ice cubes. One's the Death Star, the other one's the Millennium Falcon.
I love the Millennium Falcon one.
Yeah, and then also at some of the ODV carts in Tomorrowland, they're offering some the drinks with the little clip-on that looks like an X-wing fighter. So I thought that was really neat that they're doing that as well.
Oh. Speaking popcorn, have you noticed that all of the popcorn carts now have a little thing that says Pop Secret on them now?
Right. It was in transition. I made note of that before that, I was, not every popcorn stand had it, but they're slowly but surely making sure that they do go on each and every one of them. So
I was looking for that at every single popcorn stand that I saw at Disney World, and all of them had it. So,
oh, wow.
I got that rolled out pretty quick.
Yeah, that's cool. Did you actually try the popcorn though?
I did. That's how I got my popcorn bucket, because I got popcorn the last day.
So what was your?
It's actually pretty good. It's good.
Yeah? Okay. Better than the recipe before?
Do you know what? I haven't. It's been like 2 years, I think. Mm-hmm. Maybe a little over 2 years since I had Disney popcorn.
Oh, okay.
I just don't normally get it. And the last time I had it, I was with my best friend Natalie and her son Con, and he wanted popcorn. He was like, I want popcorn and I want this little zipper thing. And you know how kids are. Yeah. So she got that, and I remember eating a little bit of the popcorn that he was willing to share with me. So
that's cool. That's cool. Yeah, I know our Lisa, who's on here with us on Blab. She's also a popcorn bucket collector. She noted my Cinderella bucket in the background there, and I was like, "Oh yeah, I got one of those as well." So I think a lot of people really enjoy those because it really is it's an inexpensive souvenir, and then you get the bonus of having food with it. And I think that's it's really cool. And they're only for limited time. It's not like stuff that you can buy at the Disney store online or anything like that. You have to actually be at the parks, so they're very unique.
Yeah. So yeah, I like those kinds of things.
Yeah. So that's my news segment.
Okay, and on to Disney World. I've got a couple of quick stories. One of them is that the new Club Villain experience, it's going to be taking place in Disney's Hollywood Studios, is going to be a ticketed event. It's going to be $99. You'll need to purchase a ticket in addition to your park admission. So it's a separate event. Reservations are open now and can be made up to 180 days before your Disney vacation. And with this, there's going to be delicious foods, specialty cocktails, performances, and interactions with some of the most famous villains. It's going to be hosted by Dr. Facilier from Princess and the Frog. He's going to introduce you to some of his evil friends like the Evil Queen, Maleficent, and Queen of Hearts. They will be doing a performance in addition to, there will be a DJ there to make some tunes for you so you can enjoy yourself and dance the night away. Again, it's going to be $99 and it will debut on January 16th. It's going to be at Sunset Showcase across from Rock and Roller Coaster in Hollywood Studios. Thanksgiving is upon us, and if you don't have your plans made yet, there is still time to do so. If you are visiting Disney World or you live in Orlando already, you can hit up Ravello's, which is in Four Seasons, Orlando, and it's their Italian restaurant, but they are going to be doing a Thanksgiving buffet. It's going to take place from 2 p.m. to 8 p.m. Some of the items you'll be able to enjoy is going to be antipasto, shrimp, oysters, crab, charred tuna, sushi, lobster ravioli, which sounds awesome to me right now. Mahi, rotisserie chicken. There's going to be Fabrizio's risotto. Fabrizio is the executive chef at Ravello, and he is from Italy, and he has received high honors from his country for some of his fantastic food. So that's pretty exciting. In addition to those, if you're worried that, okay, this doesn't sound like my Thanksgiving, don't worry, because the traditional menus with turkey and all the fixings like cranberry sauce, focaccia and sausage stuffing, giblet sage gravy, roasted sweet potato puree, and roasted Brussels sprouts will be some of the things that you will also see on the menu. The price is $105 per adult and $35 per child, and you can make reservations by calling 407-313-6161.
Wow.
Another option is
Oh, I apologize.
No, what did you say?
Oh no, I was gonna say I thought the $76.99 for the one at Disneyland was expensive, but that's obviously not the case because at 105.
Oh, yeah, Ravello's, since it's at Four Seasons, it is a
Sure.
higher end,
Sure.
kind of experience. But the food there is phenomenal. I've been once, and I cannot wait to go back. It's so good.
Sorry, didn't
Another
interrupt you. Yeah.
Oh, it's all good. Another option is if you are a family of about 10, you can get a full meal already cooked for you. So, you just go by the resort, pick it up, and you don't have to do any of the cooking or cleaning. And cleaning is my least favorite part, by the way.
Yes.
That I'm all for somebody else doing. The meal includes a whole roasted free-range turkey, boneless breast and leg, cranberry kumquat sauce, focaccia and sausage stuffing, giblet sage gravy, roasted sweet potato puree, whipped potatoes, roasted Brussels sprouts, green bean casserole, pecan and pumpkin pies. And those are made by the executive pastry chef there. So that is a big meal, and it comes with a big price tag of $3.95.
Woo. For 10 people, so that's about $39.50 a person. Well, I guess if you go all out and have all those gourmet ingredients, I'm sure it would cost you just as much. So,
oh yeah, and it might still be for 10 people.
True, that's true. So,
reservations must be made no later than November 23rd, 5 p.m. that day. That, of course, is Eastern Standard Time, and you can do that by calling 407-313-6161. So that's my stuff about Thanksgiving. And then I'm going to quickly mention this because we have so many things we want to talk about and we don't want to go too far over. But Gasparilla Grill over at Grand Floridian Resort and Spa does have some gourmet hot dogs going on right now. There's one for each day of the week. Some of the dogs that you will be able to enjoy is going to be for Sunday, the Cleveland dog. It's a hot link topped with coleslaw, a mountain of fries, and sprinkled with a bit of hot sauce for some extra zap. That sounds good to me. Mm-hmm. And then this one looks good. Thursdays is the state of Idaho. Mm-hmm. So you have a baked potato. That is your bun for your hot dog. And it's got everything on top that you might want on a loaded baked potato. Bacon bits, sour cream, chives, cheddar cheese, all on top of that potato. So.
Yeah, that looks really cool. I thought that was like the most unique one because I had not seen anything like that previously. Uh-huh.
I like those. If you want to check out all those hot dogs, make sure you visit diningatdisney.com. You'll see the post on the website there. It's Gasparilla Island Grill and their gourmet hot dogs. And now on to the big story, and that is our shopping suggestions for the favorite Disney foodie in your life. So now, Jay, have you looked into some of the things online?
Yes, I have. It looks so awesome. And, I only wish I had a bigger kitchen. Because really, right? It's, there's so many really cool items. And even when I go to Disneyland itself, I go World of Disney, they got a little section that's especially for, like cooking utensils and, salt and pepper shakers and so forth. I mean, some of the things that we're going to talk about here. But it just, it's like, oh, that's so cool. I could use that. But then like, what am I going to do about what I have already? And, I live in an apartment, not a house. So it's like, I have to be very, conscious of the amount of space that I'm using with, the utensils. I have to see what can be like multi-purpose, you know what I mean? So anyways.
I live in a house and I still don't have enough room. I have used up every single bit of space in my kitchen. And I've got really high cabinets. Like I have to have a stepladder to get to the two top shelves. They're like 47 inches, I think, is the height of the cabinet. So they're ridiculously tall. But I don't have any room in mind for any of these things. But, sometimes you just decide like, okay, maybe this will go to make room for this. And one of the things that I want that I've seen on this list is the Mickey Mouse Icon Food Salt and Pepper Set. And one of them is the Mickey Premium Ice Cream Bar. And the other one is the Rice Krispie treat that has the Mickey ears dipped in chocolate. I feel like I have to buy those. They are too cool. I haven't seen those before. Have you?
No, I have not. No, those definitely are new. I've seen other ones, like Mickey shaped stuff, but not in the food items. That's really unique, and I think it'd be a great gift. So maybe
put that on my list.
Sure.
Yeah, if anybody out there wants to send me Christmas presents.
Yeah, exactly. I was about to say the same thing.
I'll take that one.
Sure. It's actually not too bad. It's $16.95, because it's a quality item, and it's not like, some plastic piece of junk or whatever. It's something that
they look nice.
Yeah, keep around for a long time.
One of the other things that I found at the Disney store was those they're based off those little plushy toys, those little zooms.
Yeah, Tsum-Tsums,
yes. And they have some that are so adorable. They have plates. Now, they had some of this at the D23 Expo. I don't know if you saw that stuff when you were walking through, but I saw some of these. My favorite is going to be Marie. Yeah. Because she's too cute and I'm a cat person. So I love that plate.
Oh, okay.
And they're not bad. $3.95 for a plate.
Sure.
And you've got I found it in Marie, Minnie, Mickey, Dumbo, and Winnie the Pooh.
Okay.
But I thought those are cute.
Yeah. Yeah, those Tsum-Tsums are extremely popular in Japan. And they've kind of made their way to the United States as well. And they excuse me, my alarm. The thing is my wife is a Tsum-Tsum nut. She's a fanatic. And so she's got the Tsum-Tsum game. She's got like a whole collection of Tsum-Tsums in like these plastic display containers, you know. And I mean, because they're so inexpensive and they're so cute and adorable, that it's just like you got to have all of them, So when we were at the D23 convention, definitely that caught my wife's eye. And these are definitely something that look very nice.
Oh, what were those little bears that people used to collect? Oh, the Beanie Bears. They're kind of like a new version of the Beanie Bear,
Beanie Babies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that it's. Here's the thing, though. You have to be really careful. Make sure that you're buying them from a reputable dealer. Don't get them from eBay because there's a lot of nefarious dealers that are from China that do like the knockoff versions and stuff like that. So you just gotta be careful to make sure that you get something that's a Disney Store branded one. Like we've got, my wife got one, and it was. Forgot which, it's like a Peter Pan one or something like that. Anyways, so we were like, oh man, that's a great deal. Like it was because everybody else wanted like X amount of dollars, and then this one was cheaper. And so my wife got it, and then we got it, and we were like looking at the quality, and we were like, oh man, this is terrible. It's really bad stitching, and just the face wasn't quite right and stuff. So just, again, you have to be careful.
Let's see, what did I find? Oh, personalized mugs. I think these always make great gifts, but they have a variety of them at the Disney Store. Looks like about 5 different styles, and then there's various colors. You can get these with tons of classic Disney characters. There's Pixar, saw Ratatouille, which is one of my favorites. You've got Marvel, which is nice. They even have Hawkeye. So fans of characters like that aren't, Iron Man and Captain America, there's still some of those other ones out there, and Star Wars. So, and the prices vary too. They've got a variety of them. So I think when I was looking, it was anywhere from like $14.95 up to something like $22.95 for the variety of, depending on what style you go with. And then I also found a Mickey Mouse holiday apron, and it's the Christmas pattern with the red and the green, So I thought that's cute for during the holidays for somebody especially for somebody who likes to bake. Every time I see aprons, I think of people baking. So, what else did I find that I really liked? Oh, I found some things on Amazon that I thought would make great gifts. One of them was a classic Mickey Mouse toaster. Have you seen those?
Yeah, it's like burns like the image of Mickey Mouse on it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, let me see here.
I think those are cool.
Yeah, see the I don't see the link for that one. Oh wait. Oh, here it is. Sorry about that. Yeah, let me open that up. I was looking at the next one, which I'll let you say the waffle maker. So the waffle maker's been around for a long time, right? But
there's a few different ones though.
Yeah, this toaster looks pretty interesting. It doesn't show that it makes. Does it show that it burns an image of Mickey's head or something like that in there? Or
maybe this is a different one.
Yeah, because I think this one is just a standard toaster, but all it is.
Oh, it says Fun Mickey. Oh, maybe that's talking about the outside.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, anyways, it's still cool. I really am a fan of Pie-Eyed Mickey. I like old school Mickey. Playing crazy and galloping gaucho and everything. It's just. I like that version. I mean, there's nothing wrong with the modern version of Mickey Mouse. It's just I don't know. There's something very clever and nostalgic about the original Mickey Mouse, and kind of warms my heart when I see things with his image on it.
I think because he's the original,
Right.
He's where it all started.
Yeah, exactly. But he was a bad boy. You know that, right? I mean, if you ever seen Playing Crazy, he didn't treat.
I have not. I have not seen that.
You got to watch it. I think you can find it on YouTube. But yeah, he wasn't very nice to Minnie because he's like, yeah, get him I won't give away the thing. You just watch it. And for those of you who have seen it, know what I'm talking about. So, anyways.
Let's see. One of the other things that I found on there is actually something I already have. It was actually given to me last year for Christmas. And it's the Mickey Mouse mug with the warmer. That thing works so well. You just set your cup on it. If your coffee gets cold and you turn that on, it gets hot enough that it'll reheat your coffee.
Interesting.
So it keeps it piping hot. You have to be careful. It's not something you would want to have being used by small kids because they would definitely get burned on that if they weren't careful. So, but it's super cool. I love it. I have mine plugged into my office, and that way I can just sit my coffee mug on it, even if it's not the Mickey Mouse coffee mug that came with it. I can just put the coffee mug on it, and it stays warm, and it doesn't get cold, and I love it. It was a gift from my sister, and it's not bad. It's only $14.99. So
yeah.
And if you're Amazon Prime, it's included in that.
There you go. Free shipping.
I'm all about free shipping.
Oh, yeah.
Go back to popcorn. They also have a kettle-style popcorn popper. And it's super cute. It's about rectangular shaped. And it makes 6 to 8 cups of popcorn. And it has little yellow feet at the bottom. The bottom part of it is red and has the 2 little white dots on Mickey's pants. And then for the top of it, it's the black head and it's got the mouse ears. So that's
that was cleverly designed. Whoever created that. I like the little Mickey hand, the glove, as when you open the door to get into the popcorn itself, it's actually, Mickey's hand. So that's really neat.
I made a whole, Jelly Belly. That's the other thing I want to make sure of it, because I got a whole bunch of things, and these will be all posted on the website. Some of our favorites. Jay, you going to do a list of some of your favorites too?
My list really kind of is more about the merchandise that you can get at Disneyland Park itself. I have something already created. I'll go to my magical food tour.
Jelly Belly makes a jelly bean machine, and they have 3 different styles that are great for Disney fans. They have the traditional Mickey Mouse one that they've had for a while. They added Frozen, and there's also Star Wars. And I saw Star Wars during the D23 Expo and was like, that's pretty cool. Those are some of my big things on my list of gift giving ideas.
Yeah, like me, I'm more about the stuff that you can get especially at the parks, you know what I mean? Because it's unique. It's, I mean, not discounting, Amazon, what you can get off Amazon or whatever, that kind of thing. But it just, I don't know, like when you're at the parks, you see something, that is specific to, Disneyland or Disney World or whatever. It's like, that kind of is, I don't know, it just makes it a little more special. So I'm going to look up my list here because I actually created this a while back. And because I was like, man, this is cool. I mean, the one thing, I'll just tell you off the top of my head is the little salt and pepper shakers that are in the shape of the trash cans at Disneyland. So yes. Like the ones for like Frontierland, it has a little, the little, what do you call it?
For a while, they had those available under, because, they have Disney Park merchandise available occasionally on, it doesn't always stay up there, some of the things, but they had it on the Disney Store site where they've got that little Disney Park exclusive stuff. Uh-huh. But those were available at least for a little while. I remember seeing those on there.
Yeah, I'll need to look through my website. Sorry, I just didn't have it available right off the top of my head.
It's all good. Yeah. You can we can direct them to the website.
Yeah, there you go.
Check out those things, and we'll.
Yeah, I'll put a link in the show notes, and you can Dining at Disney, and check it out. Anyways, yeah. So we'll move on to our dessert. What do you think?
Sounds good to me.
Cool.
And I have mine's a very simple, very short tip. And that is during the holidays, if you're going to the park, skip a meal. Don't sit down and eat at possibly your favorite restaurant. Instead, try some of these holiday snacks and things that you can only get for a short time. Share something. Go to one place and, get this special funnel cake. And share that. And then, in another hour, the next place, say it has something yummy that you think just you can't resist. Get that, share it. Try as many things as you can and enjoy those very limited time treats that you can get in the parks that you can't get any other time of the year.
Cool.
And what is your tip?
My tip, well, since I'm going to be taking a little break here for the holidays, and you're going to be doing your Walt Disney World stuff, you got a lot to cover there. I wanted to kind of send people on a little, trip, I guess, of candy canes. Every year at Disneyland, they do the handmade candy canes, and it's a really fun and unique thing to enjoy during the holidays. It's the fact that they're taking it back to the original days when candy canes were handmade, and just watching them manipulate the sugar and pulling it and stretching it and adding the peppermint oil and stuff like that. It's just really a fun experience. And so here's the thing that I want to say. So basically, my tips from my experience of getting a candy cane. First off, there's going to be 2 different places. So you can either get them at Candy Palace or Trolley Treats. Me personally, I'm, since, I'm a traditionalist, as I said previously in the show, I want to stay at Disneyland and get them at, Candy Palace. But Trolley Treats isn't bad. I mean, and you're going to get the same candy cane. It's going to still be freshly made and stuff like that. Anyhow, in either case, regardless of wherever you choose to go, the first thing you need to be aware of is to get there early. Okay. Well, you got there at 6:00 in the morning, and there's already a bunch of people lined up. Not only at the gates, but even when we got inside the park, when they opened the little entranceway there, we were about 30 people behind. And then also be patient. The wristbands are distributed, and the cast members will get to you eventually. I know you have to wait in a line to wait in another line, which means you have to wait in another line again, to get the candy cane. But that's fine. That's part of the experience. And then also when you do get your designated time, let's say you get it for 11 o'clock in the morning. I think it's like a time slot from like 11 to 12, right? And then just be there at 11, because they're like, they have like a ton of those candy canes and they're stacking them up and they're running out of counter space. So I don't know, to me it's like, be courteous, be thoughtful to the cast members that are there working hard. Let them have a little more room to breathe and move their elbows around and stuff like that behind the counter. The other thing, and this is absolutely positively the most important thing you have to remember about getting these handmade candy canes: eat it immediately. Do not wait.
Why?
Because number one, it's warm in your hands, so you get it like that whole sensation of feeling something that has been freshly made just for you. Number two, the peppermint oil hasn't quite blended so nicely with the sugar, so you get that sharp peppermint just essence right away. I mean, just totally hits your taste buds, and it just like it clears your nasal passages, and that's an awesome sensation. I love that just fresh minty feel in my mouth and in my nasal cavity and stuff like that. Third, that's the whole point of the candy cane experience, is to eat it fresh, like when somebody made it for you. If you're gonna wait a day or two before you eat the candy cane, don't even bother lining up. There's no point. I mean, really, because here's the thing: they're making the candy canes regardless if you're there or not. And so, if you just want to go to watch them, make candy canes, and, so be it. That's fine. It's more power to you. There's the list of days that I put on the show notes here. And you can go on that particular day and hang out at Candy Palace or Charlie Cheats and make them watch the candy canes. And that's part of the fun as well. But they're not making your candy cane. That's the thing. That's if you're there and you're actually watching them make your candy cane. And so that's, that's why you got to eat it. It's an obligation, I'd say. And the last thing is that if you do miss out, you know what, don't worry. I mean, as I just pointed out, they're going to have the candy canes being made all day long, so you can go throughout the day to check it out. Usually the late morning, early afternoon is the best time. A lot of people are kind of in their way to go on the rides and things like that. They're not really hanging out on Main Street. Whereas, later on as the day progresses, it's like, people are milling around or waiting for the parades or whatever. So then they'll get in front of the Candy Palace window and it's just like, can't get a good viewpoint. And, also they do sell the same exact candy cane with the same exact ingredients. The only difference is that it's mass produced, but you can get them at the counter there. You can get them at, not Pooh's Corner. It's I think it's the Honey Pot, or the place in the back over in Critter Country. You can get it Trolley Treats.
Hungry Bear?
No. I'm talking about the store there. I think it's called Pooh's Corner. That they have a little candy shop in there as well. A lot of people don't know that, but yeah, it's there's a candy shop in the back of Critter Country. Anyways, you can get the candy cane there. You can get it at Charlie Treats, Candy Palace, and they got them in a big jar. So, there's a bunch of them and they're the same exact price. Last year, I think, if I remember correctly, it was $12.95. I'm not sure if they've gone up. Knowing Disneyland, they probably did go up. So who knows? But, $12.95 is still a hefty investment. But, for me, there's a difference. $12.95 for a mass-produced candy cane, I would be a little reluctant to buy and probably wouldn't. But at $12.95 for watching my candy cane being handmade in front of me and eating it fresh, that's totally worth it. So there you go. That's my take on the candy canes this year, and I hope everyone has a great holiday season.
And that is a sweet note to end our meal on. And Jay, tell everyone where they can find you.
You can find me at magicalfoodtour.com, on Twitter at magicalfoodtour, Instagram, YouTube, all the great places that social media is on. You can find me at Magical Food Tour. Also, if you're into Disneyland and you want to hear about the latest Disneyland news specifically, and also hear us talk about our opinions on Disneyland in terms of whatever things are going on, give us a try at DizGeek Podcast, and that's at dizgeek.com, and on Facebook it's at DizGeek Podcast.
And you can find Jay and I on diningatdisney.com as well, and follow us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, Periscope. It's Dining at Disney, and on YouTube, we are The Dining at Disney. We are part of the Weeby Geeks Network, so please make sure you download and subscribe to our podcast on iTunes. Give us a 5-star rating and review. We would love it if you would do that. Thank you so much for listening, and bon appetit.
We'll be right back.